I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes out of your time. I realize that it's time you can never give back to somebody. So I get the question, and I educate other chiropractors on alkaline water. Why even listen to this conversation? Again, you will hear me say it over and over again. The body is self-healing. The body is self-regulating. The nervous system controls and coordinates the whole body. That's what we talk as chiropractic. Interference in the nervous system is what we do. However, we got to get present to the fact that we are living in a very toxic environment. The carpet cleaners that we use, the dry cleaning that we use, the emotional stress all creates a toxicity within our body. Because our patient's bodies are too toxic, that's the patient that is not holding their adjustment. That's the one that constantly has the muscle spasms. So I want to tell you, take 10-15 minutes out of your time, listen to this video, and really listen from an open heart of, wow, could it be so simple? Because as chiropractors, it's pretty simple. You adjust and the body heals itself. You drink high quality live ionized alkaline water and the body has the ability to heal itself at a more rapid rate. So I get the fact that you get bombarded with a number of information of this gadget and that gadget. This is water. Part of who I am. I've been practicing 10 years. I see roughly between 200 and 300 patient visits a week in my office. My vision is who I've become is I'm the doctor's doctor. Let me explain. I adjust over 10 to 15 chiropractors a week in my office. My vision is to bring these chiropractors and other fellow chiropractors who maybe do not get the kind of steady stream flow that I get off the street in the kind of patients that I see. Not everybody wants to see 300 patients a week. My vision anymore is the message that I have, I feel, is a fairly strong one. I get amazing results. And my goal is to educate other chiropractors on some of the stuff that I'm doing. And I'm not asking for a monetary return. I am asking that I leave a legacy. And my legacy, if I teach chiropractors that can go out and touch, let's say a minimum of 50 to 100 a day, it filters out who I am out into the profession. So I have a passion for helping other chiropractors, and I have taught chiropractors that have one block down the street from me, one's in my plaza on the other side of the building, all of my protocols, not based on a scarcity, but based on an abundant, because I feel if we are all thriving, it's just going to increase our profession as a whole. I do specialize in sports medicine, so I have a number of athletes that come in and see me, and the hydration is just remarkably different. They're not getting the hamstring cramps, the recovery time's better, they're not getting the sores they've been in the past. My racer, Aaron Yates, presently won the Superstock Championship. He's always griping and complaining because when he's on the road he doesn't have his water with him, and boy does he notice the difference too. So we have actually started carrying the water on the Michael Jordan race truck for him, up to about 10 gallons per race. So that's worked out good for him, but he noticed the difference in performance. A lot of athletes will ask me, well, Dr. Tim, what is this water going to do that's different than other water that I could possibly be drinking? And I said, hey, that's a great question because, again, I want to get this point across. All water is not equal. So when you start talking ionized, alkaline, restructured water, there's many benefits to it. A lot of people get stuck on the pH of the alkaline water. That's important, but it's not as important as what I think is the next one, is that when you ionize water, you actually strip the water molecule into hydrogen and a negative OH. Hydroxyl ion. Very beneficial for athletes. When you have that hydroxyl ion, that is a negative charged ion that can allow itself to give itself up as an antioxidant. So for an athlete, somebody who's dealing with lactic acid and somebody who's dealing with not calcium absorption, because cramps come from a calcium problem, it helps add into bringing that oxygen-rich environment. This third thing I want to really make sure that we get it is that water clumps together 15 molecules. When you run it through an ionizer, you strip that molecule into 1/3 of the size. You also create a hexagonal shape back into the water molecule. Now, what does that really mean from a layman's term? Well, 15 grapes can't move through a smaller section. You have a 1/3 of the size of the grapes. It can move in and hydrate tissues that normally do not get hydrated. So from an athletic perspective, if you can increase hydration, you're going to increase hydrostatic pressure, which is going to just increase athletic performance. So it's phenomenal for athletes. It's a must. As a wellness practitioner, we always explain to patients that chiropractic and wellness is a continuum. And so I think a lot of patients answer this question. Once you start going to a chiropractor, you have to what? I think most patients always say, always got to keep going. And they say that either positively or negatively. They say it negatively, guess what, docs? As you have not educated, you have not possessed the communication that the patient understands why they need to keep coming back. Now, when I speak of wellness and with the water machine, it's really helped our patients stay in a wellness mold because they know now we have taken them out of the mold of just neck and back pain and we have moved them into the condition of wellness. So when my patients have diarrhea, they're not feeling good, they got the sore throats, and they have these numerous different symptoms that I've educated them on how water can help them, they return for water and enhance. We get to do a re-examination on them and re-enroll them and try to get them restarted underneath some care. When we start talking water to patients and to people out in the public, and you mentioned, hey, what kind of water are you drinking? A lot of people always ask, what do you mean, what kind of water are you drinking? When I've been traveling the whole country last year with the Jordan Suzuki race team, I was shocked when I said, hey, what kind of gas is that? And there's a thing called race gas, octane. I think everybody's fairly familiar. Go put your car, put 87 in your car, put 89 in your car, put 90 in your car, put 92 in your car. There's different levels of octane. So when I really started getting in the water and getting the education, I really wanted to make sure patients and people understood that there's different types of water. And when I came across, I was just sitting down one day at the race and I saw, God, you know, that's a different type of race gas that's going in there. Why don't they just put regular gas in there? So I used the analogy that says all gas is not equal, all water is not equal. And my 7th principle of wellness says education, education. There's a lot of information that I've been saying right now, and we want to make sure there's some education that needs to take place. We go out to lunch with a group of doctors on a regular basis, and the same question I always get, I think as a chiropractor, is everybody wants to grow their practice. And I say the very first thing, who you are on the inside will determine who you are on the outside. So my first advice to anybody listening to this and watching me right now is make sure your message is clear. Make sure you have a purpose and make sure you have a vision that is set in stone. As you heard me speak, my vision says wellness. What easier way to grow a practice? 2 ways. You can either increase more patients in the door, which is going to increase you working more, or you increase services that people will see amazing results that is affordable to them. That is the reason why I have gone with the Nagic water machines, because it has increased my bottom line by not having to always chase for that new patient. I truly believe the new patient, see a few times is the harder way to go. If you bring a patient in, you educate them on wellness, you educate them on the water machine, you will see an increase in your bottom line 3-fold. So when you're looking at all the new bells and whistles that come around, I know right now spinal decompression is the hot thing, and you have all these different things that hit you all the time. You know, you have to start understanding what is your foundation, your principles. And I think there's not one chiropractic out there that can argue with the fact that drinking water is beneficial for your health. Matter of fact, I don't think there's a massage therapist, a physical therapist, or anybody who will tell you that drinking water is not one of the key fundamental keys to health. Now, if that's the case, if that's one of the key fundamentals to health, as we know as chiropractors, most people only drink a glass of water to swallow their prescription medication. So for me, when I start talking to people and other chiropractors about what's the one thing that they could really bring in their office, because I do cold laser, percussive, arthostim, and some other things. You want to hire an associate without having an associate? Get an alkaline water machine, because it's something that you can start giving your patients right away. It doesn't take any kind of management or learning really around other than educating yourself on the behalfs of all the different things of what it can do. And it's just really impacted my office, and it made me decide, hey, we're going to go with this water because it's just a key ingredient to health. So from a practice management standpoint, when you can offer something to patients that they can't get anywhere else, what I've seen in my office is they go home with a couple of their friends and they show back up with a couple of their friends to show them the water machine and show them the type of water that they're drinking. Also, when you drink an ionized restructured water, patients start to feel better. It's going to create the vitamins that when they come back in after a couple days to fill their water back up, they start feeling better. So their next step is they want to continue on that thrive. So what it's increased with us is now it makes their multivitamin work a little bit better, because the molecular size is going to move those minerals and nutrients into the cells a little bit better. So it's drastically changed our office just just by seeing our patients coming in and getting the water on a regular basis, bringing in other people, and providing such an easy concept of hydration that has led us to getting more education to them on wellness, not just on neck and back pain. We have gone through school, we have stood the test of time, and there's never been a better time to practice chiropractic than right now. When economic times are tough for people, our practice gets busier. All I can do is to challenge you to get yourself educated, to get yourself a water machine, and take the challenge. It's one of the cheapest alleys you could do to generate income into your office. So if you ever need any type of advice, I would tell you, start from a wellness-based model and make water one of your foundations. It's a simple concept, and it's not a long stretch from probably where you are now. Having a busy, high-volume practice, I see numerous people in the community. Being in Salt Lake City, it's the heart of new products. Every day, it seems like 2 or 3 people, hey, Dr. Tim, can I have some of your time? And here it comes. Super fruit juice comes in, or another product comes in, and it's just like, it gets frustrating, and I totally get where you guys are coming from when you're listening, oh, this is another new product. This isn't a new product. This is one that you must try. Try the water. As a chiropractor, a lot of patients come to me, and the first thing you sit down and you introduce yourself to a patient, you want to find out what it's all about them. I think we know in this day and age, we are up against a nasty health crisis. There's numerous things that people are coming in for our help to find out if we can help them. As a chiropractor and fitting yourself into a wellness mold, you're going to have to come up with a philosophy that lets patients know, A, do they have a problem? Most patients aren't so sure if they have a problem. The second is, can you help them with the problem? They need to know that, and that's where certainty comes in. And then the third, of course, being a chiropractor, is they want to know how much money it is. From that said, that the patients have a problem, you show them you can fix the problem and how much it could cost, make it all affordable. When you tie in the wellness molded model to that concept, that is a win-win situation, not only for you, but for the patient. And when you take the patient at heart first, and you start changing lives, because what you do is who you are, not based on a business molded model, that is where you'll start experiencing major leaps and bounds in your practice. Over the last year and a half, having a Kangen water filtration system in my office has been one of the easiest things I have ever incorporated. My bottom line is up due to ionized alkaline water. Doesn't take any employee education. It's a simple, simple way to change lives and to make some extra income for you too. A lot of patients always ask me, well, Dr. Tim, how much did you pay for your machine? I've told them my machine is free. And they look at me, what do you mean? Well, I want a free machine. Well, of course you do. Well, guess what? Once you get 8 or 9 people to buy a machine, your machine's paid for. And I did that over the first 8 to 10 weeks. It took me about 10 weeks to get 8 people to sign up. And now my wife is working it full time. She sells about a machine a week. And it's just been an amazing thing. So if you want to get your machine free, we can get you and educate you on how to have that happen for you. Part of my vision as being a chiropractor, because doctor means teacher, is to help educate other doctors, get people transformed, well, create miracles in your life. So for anybody that needs any more information, please have a conversation with the person that has given you this information.
My name is Tony Mack. My background is entrepreneur, small business person. Traveled all over the world looking for opportunities. Mr. DeMacaulay called me at a time when my business was failing about 14 months ago, and I was looking. From there, he showed me the opportunity, gave me the water, and after I saw the business plan, it was a done deal. And I'm here now with over 300 sales in my organization, and I'm definitely having a good time.
Let's hold the applause, okay? Can we pass the, let's go, Ryan? Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay,
just tell people.
Ryan Corona, Home Improvement Services. Been in the program for about 17 months. This has done tremendous health for me because I was a diabetic, chronic back pains, and spurs on my shoulder. And it's helped me so much with this water, and the business is phenomenal. I'm so thankful for Enagic, and God bless you all.
Oh, okay, okay. Name and background?
I'm Doug Stetson, Search Engine Optimization. I took the water, started about 2 years ago. I've lost 101 pounds. I've lost 150 units of insulin daily, back pain, joint pain. Of course, constipation went early.
Doug,
Yeah.
best business?
Best business by far.
Okay, dynamite. Who has, Rita?
Yes, hi.
Go ahead.
I'm a homemaker and happy to be one.
Okay,
And
Rita Matthews.
I'm sorry, Rita Matthews.
Okay.
And Doug is the one that shared the water with my husband. I didn't want anything to do with it for the first 3 months.
What did the water do for you?
Well,
did it do
first thing I
anything?
did is drop 30 pounds. I said, I'm in. I'm in. And it did help acid reflux. I'm totally off medication
Wow,
now.
unbelievable.
But my biggest story really quick is my grandson who's autistic.
Uh-huh.
Started him on the water. He had severe headaches, meltdowns, sensory issues, tics. He couldn't focus at night. His brain wouldn't shut down so he could sleep. He's on the 9.5. He's been on it for 5 months. Very little meltdowns, no more headaches. He can sleep at night, and his tics are, you know, a lot less. And his sensory issues, when rain touches his body now, he doesn't have a meltdown.
Okay, wow. All right, let's go. Al?
Yes, my name is Al Dorsey. My background is professional marketing for over 35 years, 45 years actually, and I was retired. And a friend of mine, you knew that I had some health challenges. And just very quickly, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, diabetes type 2, kidney damage, sleep apnea, arthritis, and a bunch of other things. And my health was spiraling downwards. He gave me the water, I drank the water, and I went from 11 medications down to 7 medications. And my insulin went from 35 units of insulin down to 5 units instead of 7 days a week, maybe 3 days a week. And the doctor said, drop a few more pounds and that will go away. So it's happening. I've been involved in the business now for 2 years. And I have several hundred people on my team, and I just say thanks to all of them, and we're all enjoying helping other people.
Okay, dynamite. Armin?
Hi, my name is Armin Tamurian, and I have a background in retail sales. I used to own a retail store, and a couple months after I sold my store, a good friend of mine suddenly showed up and brought me this water. Initially, I really thought he had lost his mind. But I used to suffer from acid reflux for many, many years, and after drinking the water for a couple of days, I was off the Rolaids and the Tums, and then I was convinced. And you know, then I met Daniel Demicali, and this is the best product I've seen in many, many years, and one of the best opportunities I've seen in a long time.
Okay, dynamite. Okay.
Hi, my name is Judy Smith. I'm a local California girl, and I was a nurse for over 20 years. And my favorite places to work in the hospital were the emergency room and the GI lab. So I have seen lots of colonoscopies, and I also became a certified colon therapy instructor. So I have seen it all from the medical standpoint to the alternative standpoint. Now, when I saw Dr. Shinya's results of the before and after pictures of the colonoscopy, I knew that he was telling the truth. So when he said, change your water, it changes your life, he was absolutely correct. It's the best business I've ever had, so thank you.
Okay, dynamite. Let's go on this side for a second. Hold on. Sorry. Name and background?
Hi, my name is Lucho Crisale. I'm a registered dietitian. I used to work at Torrance Memorial Medical Center. I was in charge of the burn unit, intensive care unit, oncology, which is the cancer ward and ortho. And then after leaving the clinical, I went to the health and fitness environment, and I created certifications for personal trainers. And I had a buddy of mine refer a client to me who came and told me I lost 30 pounds drinking water. So I just said, yeah, whatever. And I put her on a diet, and every week she said, you have to look at my Kangen water. So I finally saw a demo, and I was like, I don't believe this. So he said, well, go ahead and buy a machine. Take as long as you want to prove to me that it doesn't work, and I'll buy it back from you. He goes, but if it works, you got to tell everybody you know. To make a long story short, I ended up closing my business because we were paying about $7,000 a month in rent, plus another $3,000 in utilities and insurance and all that. And now we have well over 200 sales in our organization, and travel all over the country doing demos, and I'll tell people I don't even know about this, so it's a great deal.
Okay, dynamite. All right. Can we go, I'm sorry, to this side? Tom? Yes. How long have you been on the thing now?
Hi, I'm Tom Moore. and I've been with Enagic since the day I looked at it, June 14th of 2006. When this was introduced to me, I literally put my hands over my ears and I said, I do not want to hear one thing about a business opportunity. But I am interested in what this water and what it's all about. And I saw the video on the human colon done by Dr. Romy Shinya, and that was it for me. And successful people make quick decisions. I made a decision that day. I said, I want a machine. I am in right now. And I knew that if I purchase this machine at the price point, it's expensive. At least it seems expensive, but it's not when you look at your health. I said, I know that there are other people, this will resonate with them as it did for me if I just introduce people, educate them as to what this is all about, and that is what's happened. It's been a huge blessing financially. Money's not the issue. It never has been. It never, ever, ever will be for any person in this room. If you have a bias towards action and you're truly looking to create true health, which is what? It's physical, financial, and spiritual, you will achieve it here with Enagic faster than anything. And it's the only way you're going to achieve it with what we've got here. It's real. Danny, I want to say thanks to you. This is the greatest networker, the greatest marketer I have ever seen, and we all have the opportunity to plug into what he's doing. So thank you, Danny. And Jerry,
Can we go here? Okay.
My name is Debbie Miller, and I've been in the business about 2 years. My background is radiation therapist. My husband was actually introduced to the business by Sonia, who was introduced by Al, and originally for my health for my ankle. And what they didn't know is I suffered from kidney stones for 10 years. Every day a backache, several surgeries, blood in my urine, always. 2 weeks after the water, I passed 5 stones. For 2 years, I've not had a stone, a backache, or blood in the urine. As far as the business, it's been an absolute blessing for me. I unexpectedly lost Glenn in January, but the family that this has been for me, and because of the finances, I've been able to stay in my home. So I thank all of you that have supported me through this. So,
cool.
And I love you all.
Okay, let's go.
Hi, I'm Sonia Oakes, and I've been in Enagic for 2 years. And Al Dorsey, as Debbie said, introduced me to it. What it has done for me is it has helped me with my rheumatoid arthritis. I had back pain 24/7, severe. That now is gone. I had knee pain, severe, 24/7, and that's gone also. And as far as the business is concerned, it has indeed been a blessing. It has been tremendous. My dreams and my goals are coming true.
Okay, dynamite. Can we go, no, let's go in the back while you put that there. In the back. Jerry?
My name is Jerry Kostica. I was introduced to this information by my good friend Daniel. And like you said earlier, when I first saw it, I was probably the biggest skeptic of anybody in this room. I really did think he had lost his mind. I was used to seeing him in a boardroom, not carrying gallons of water. So, but he finally convinced me to drink the water. And like I said earlier, it was because of what the water did for my wife and my son that got my attention. And it's helped me personally also, weight loss, my blood pressure, amongst other things. I got to say, as far as the business is concerned, I'm one of the people he was talking about that probably shouldn't be earning what I'm earning. But I'm very thankful for it. In 17 months...
Changed your life?
In 17 months, not only has it changed my life, it's changed my address and my car keys.
Okay. Annette?
My name is Annette Blanchard. I'm a licensed holistic health practitioner. I'm also a sports massage therapist. I've been practicing for almost 30 years. When I first came upon the water, after doing deep tissue trigger point therapy for 30 years on football players and Olympic athletes, my hands flared up so bad that I couldn't even hardly hold a glass. I kept thinking it was going to get better, and it never did. And 3 months later, I was thinking I'm going to have to do a career change. And that's when I found out about the water through Jerry and Daniel. I started on the water. Within 2 weeks, I had no pain. I put probably 15 of my clients on the water. I did not have a machine. And then after that, I decided that this is doing something for my clients. It's a no-brainer for athletes in tissue repair recovery, getting back on track faster in their performance rates, including people that have had accidents, whiplash, hip replacements, back surgeries. All of these things, I saw the the healing process really healed significantly faster. I got my own machine. When that happened, my colon kicked in for the first time in 30 years as well. And I can think now. And as far as the business, it's probably the first business that I've been in that actually does what it says it's going to do. And it's been a wonderful blessing for all the people I've shared it with. Thank you.
Okay. Why don't we, Jim?
Yes.
Okay, last. Go ahead.
Yes. My name is Jim Clover. I do general business. And Danny, this product's the most dynamic thing I ever saw. The business is gratifying. No rent, no insurance, no workman's comp. All I do is give people the water. It helps them. They thank me. They ask to buy a machine, and I make money. What's wrong with that?
It's the best.
Hi, my name's Bob Gradelli, and I'll tell you my incredibly Enagic story and how I got started in this business. It was about 2 years ago that I was introduced to Enagic and Kangen water by a good friend of mine, Arlene. She first told me a little bit about the water and what it did for a lot of her family and friends. I had a hard time believing it, but through my own due diligence and going to the website, I went down and took a look at a live demonstration where I saw the incredible properties of Kangen water. I ended up investing in this technology for my own personal use, and I had no intention of doing this as a business. But it's really, once you own this technology, you can't help but share the water with people that you care and love. And the water totally turned the health around of about a half a dozen of my friends' parents initially 2 years ago. And they got such amazing results drinking the water that it started to spread one by one to other people. And one of my friends, Danny Sicarella out of Houston, Texas, because of his parents, it spread to 21 people that bought a machine in the month of May of '07, which was absolutely unbelievable because, you guys, he didn't know what he was doing. He just gave people water and showed them a DVD. So I learned it could be that simple, and in the month of June, I started doing the same thing he did, sharing the water with people, press and play, letting them watch a DVD, so very simple and duplicatable. I did that 40 times in the month of June, and you guys, so many people got results on the water, and so many people wanted to buy the machine that my commission jumped to $36,000 in that month of June, so my second month since I bought a machine. Ever since then, I've been running fast and hard and just getting people to see and drink this water, see the technology, see the demonstration. And you guys, it grew from my one little machine to over about 8,000 people now are enjoying the benefits of Kangen water, you guys, and it's paid me a ridiculous amount of money. It spread from, you know, it grew for my first 8 months was $250,000. Last year was $520,000. 2 years now, $1 million, you guys. $1 million in 2 years. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Even for me, I know I was healthy, but I still had more energy, sleeping better, waking up earlier, no more knee problems, and just amazing. I would get to a live demonstration yourself, get drinking the water, help change, you know, change your water, change your life like we have.
I've been drinking the water for about a year and a half, and back then I was facing back surgery. And I have a degenerative disc, and I really was desperate to get some help and not looking forward to surgery. So a friend of mine gave me the water, and within about 3 weeks, the numbness and tingling that was going down my legs disappeared. And what's really cool is that in this last year and a half, I've had no sciatic nerve problem, no back problems whatsoever. I'm playing soccer, golf, swimming, everything that I couldn't do before. This water's given my life back to me.
I was diagnosed with having bipolar depression. Had no idea that I had it, had been suffering with it. And if you ever had it, it will tear your whole life apart. It'll rip your finances, your marriage, your relationships with your people, with your family. My twin boys, for example, didn't even know I had it, right? Was diagnosed with it. And what happened was, I got diagnosed with it on March the 11th, 2009. That was a Wednesday. They gave me some medication. I came out. I wanted to get better. That was in my heart. Started taking my medication immediately. A friend of mine, Michael Maxwell, called me up on that. That would be, he called me up on that Friday. He said, hey, man, I want you to try some water. Now, keep in mind, he didn't even know what was happening to me as far as my diagnosis, being diagnosed with this bipolar. So what happened was I said, hey, you know what is this water about? He said, hey, man, it's not going to cost you anything. I just want to leave some at your doorstep. Go ahead and give it a shot. That's what I did. I said, fine. You know, knock yourself out. You want to leave some free water? Go. I'll try it. Put the water on my doorstep, start taking the water, and I started drinking the water. He left the water on that Sunday. Now, on the previous Wednesday, I was diagnosed with the bipolar. So what happened was I started drinking the water on that Sunday. I drank it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And I'm taking medication that he doesn't know about. So be very careful because you're not supposed to take your medication with the water that he gave me. So anyway, Tuesday was the worst day of my life. Couldn't think, didn't know what was happening to me, and just thought nothing's working, the water or the medication. After that, the following Wednesday, click, felt better, felt 100% better. I could think, I could function. I do a lot of mathematicals. I'm in the real estate, loans. Couldn't do anything prior to that. After that, mine came back. Everything started working. I went back. I was talking to my doctors. Hey, I'm feeling better. What's going on? This medication's doing a great thing. They said, no, DeWitt, it couldn't be the medication because the medication takes 2 to 6 weeks to work. And that's when I started doing the research on on the water. Did the research on the water, started drinking the water. The doctor took me off of the Topamax and cut the Paxil in half. And then after that, after he cut the Paxil in half, I kept drinking the water, started feeling better. I'm exercising, I'm feeling good. I cut the Paxil out myself and never went back. Called the doctor up and said, I'm not coming back. I'm not rescheduling. I'm healed. And that's my testimony. I tell you the truth. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't true. So God bless you all, and get the water and start drinking it.
Hi, my name is Tina Mejia. I am a breast cancer survivor. I had double mastectomy, chemo, and breast reconstruction. I started drinking the water 2 months ago because I was very depressed and I was going with this lady, the masseuse. She started giving me the water to help me get out of depression. And I just want to tell everybody that this water changed my life, changed my family's life, and if everybody that drink this water is going to change their life like it changed my life.
Kenyan water has totally regulated my digestive tract. Ever since I came to the US, I could not digest foods very well unless I took enzymes or plenty of fiber, and it was always a struggle. Now, I'm relieved to say I'm going to the bathroom not once, but 2-3 times a day. And I feel it much better, much more energy. And so the obvious results of the water are just, it's a live example. So
I had acid reflux, fibromyalgia, I had IBS. I also had, every time my older son would get sick from anything, even catch a cold, flu, or a virus, I would also catch it too, 7 to 8 times a year because my immune system was down. I had something called Candida, which is systemic yeast, and that would affect me. I would get rapid heartbeat as a result. And I also had bad knees for many years from playing basketball. Didn't want to have the surgery, never had it. So I got on this water 23 months ago due to my buddy Bob. And in 1 week I had more energy. The next few weeks I went through some detox, but I always say I'd rather have it coming out than staying in. And after that, long story short, 23 months later, no more acid reflux, no more fibromyalgia, no more issues with the Candida. I actually went to a natural holistic doctor and he said I only had 1% Candida after he did a blood test on me. I've only been sick once in the last 23 months, and that was from being around my former girlfriend too much. And I feel absolutely amazing. I don't have any knee problems anymore. I just went dancing at one of our seminars last week, danced the whole night away, and my knees felt amazing. I'm never going to have the surgery from the ACL damage. They feel awesome. I feel awesome. I'm 51 years old. I feel like I'm 25. It's amazing.
And after I drank the water, 3 days, my blood pressure went down 40 points. And then they said it helps with acid reflux. Well, I had an ulcer and I didn't tell anybody. In 5 days, my acid reflux and ulcer went down. And then in about a month, 5 inches off my waist, 4 inches off my hamstrings, 4 inches off my arms. After that, I kept on drinking the water because it was good. And like I said, but I didn't believe it at first, but I believe it now. And then I told him I might get involved with this company because now, after, what was it, 2 months, I had 2 cancer operations right here on the side of my neck. Okay, and it was, after a couple of years, it was bleeding again, but I don't want to go back to doctors because I did the research. You die from the treatment, not from the cancer. So I started drinking the water, and after 2 months, it healed my cancer. So I'm going to keep drinking the water, and you should too.
The water is really quite amazing in terms of just the quality of the water and the fact that I, as a human, can enjoy them and my pets enjoy the water. I've had more energy and feel better hydrated. My face looks younger just as a result of, at least I feel it does, as a result of drinking such wonderful hydrating water. And the company itself also has a wonderful compensation plan and is very family oriented as far as really a real team spirit to try and promote what is a great quality product. And it always comes from the place of promoting a great product and hoping that individuals who will get the health results and know what their health objectives are and that they can be met with this product are given the water to try and then decide if it indeed works for them.
Hello, I'm Arlene Agonsoyo, and I'm telling you, it's the Kangen water. It's just the Kangen water. That's all you need.
I started drinking the Kangen water for about half a day, and my kidneys stopped hurting. And within, I guess, 6 weeks to a month, 2 months, I lost 27 pounds, a lot of energy, sleep good at night, and it's unbelievable. The water is the bomb. And I think for my friend for turning me on to Kangen water.
Kangen water has absolutely changed my life. It's changed my family's life. By drinking this water, it'll automatically energize you. The feeling that you're going to get is absolutely amazing. Not only are you going to get energy, it's the health benefits. And as we all know, there's a lot of people that are sick right now. If you give them the Kangen water, the water will help balance out their body and their body will heal itself.
Started on Kangen water maybe only 2 months and lost about 20 pounds. So it's pretty surprising. My wife's a nurse, and connections-wise, you know, she knows other nurse friends, and we got to get to know them, and went to some of the meetings and got to know the nice people, and really excited about it. And we just bought our unit, so we're excited, and we're trying to get the water out to as many people as we can, so they can get the same benefits that we did. Again, it's life-changing, and I'm kind of hoping my friends who are having, you know, maybe some problems can get on the right track.
If I can do it, you can do it. Try the water, try Kangen water.
Hi, my name is Dr. Dave Lessman, and I had a great experience with the water, first finding out about it from Barbara Grudelli, who was on previously, and my parents were very ill. My dad had suffered a number of heart attacks, my mother acid reflux, and a number of other problems, arthritis. My dad had gout, overweight, and I really was not looking at this for anything else other than to help my parents. I've taken them to Cedars-Sinai and the top hospitals, Hoag Medical Center, Mission Hospital, and there was nothing else they could do. They said he couldn't have any more surgeries because he was getting too weak, and started him on the water. And just after a few weeks, my mother's arthritis and acid reflux diminished and went away, and my father started to improve more and more until they're at the point where they now have their lives back. They're traveling. They weren't able to travel before. They were afraid to go on a cruise. They were afraid to drive because they were worried about if my dad had another heart attack and they're on a ship, what would they do? But this water really gave them their lives back. And since I'm an only child and I've been helping them and taking care of them, it freed myself up to travel the world and spread the word about Kangen water. It's amazing. It works. You know, I've been a doctor now for 20 years, and I've never seen anything else that had an effect like this on people's health. So it's amazing, it's true, and it really does work.
It's the water. It's all about the water.
I'm a holistic healthcare practitioner. I met a lady at a health fair for senior citizens, and she had alkaline water. Being a healthcare practitioner, I know the importance of alkalinity, and no disease. I got rid of my diabetes by going on an alkaline diet. So I realized that alkaline water going through my body 24/7 is the next best thing. I'm also an athlete. I notice I have more energy. I'm a racquetball player, and I notice that there's nothing better than this water, because I notice my ability to sleep through the night. I notice my elimination is better, which is huge. And when you sleep better, you know you have more energy, you're getting more oxygen. And I have a day spa, and I've been able to pass this water off to all my clients, and they love it. They come back daily. I set up hours during the day at intervals where they can come get the water. And I am just so happy to have been introduced to this product. The water is the best thing out there, so drink it today and feel fabulous, just like I do.
If I can do it, so can you.
First day of drinking the water, my acid reflux gone within the first 2 weeks. My knee joints got better, and my gout was gone within the first month. Chronic cough is gone, and knee joints got better. Headaches that lasted 3 to 4 days, gone. After 2 months of drinking the water, my hair, which was more white than this, became dark. It darkened up. It was white down to here. So that, and then the bald spot filled in. After the 4th or 5th month, I finally started to lose weight, and I've lost about 30 pounds, and I've been drinking the water now for about 17 months. And just recently, something different's been added to my list. My reflexes seem to have gotten quicker. It's something fantastic. Just drink the water, drink Kangen water, and next time we'll see you on the testimony.
Buy the water. I started drinking it on Monday, and I've had incredible results, wonderful results. I have sinus problems. I couldn't smell for years, and all of a sudden, just after a week, I can smell. I can smell clearly. Buy the water. I've already gotten 2 people to buy the system. Buy the water.
My name is Wadia Dafish. Basically, I'm going to give my testimony of basically how I got involved with Kangen water. About 2.5 years ago, I had valley fever. I don't know if you know what valley fever is, but it's a spore fungus that's in the valleys of like Lancaster, Bakersfield, Avalon, Nevada. Basically, it's a spore that it becomes airborne. You end up breathing it in, and it attaches onto your lung and your spine or breaks down your immune system. This is what I had for 6 months. I went from 185 to 135. Chronic coughing every 30 seconds, regurgitations of foods, liquids, the whole 9 yards. I was practically bedridden. I was in a horrible situation. So after about 6 months of having this and coughing chronically every 30 seconds, my father says, "Come, drink this water." And I'm like, "Water? I don't need water. I need a doctor." He's like, "No, drink this water. It's an alternative medicine. It will allow your body to rid itself of disease." So I'm like, okay. I go ahead and I give it a try. And believe it or not, in 3.5 weeks, my body completely recovered because, as you know, no disease can thrive in an alkaline environment. For it is caused from an acidic environment caused by oxidation inside the body. So I was so amazed that my body recovered from something that I had for 6 months, which doctors say there's no cure for, that I was so intrigued, enthusiastic about this alternative medicine, the organic, holistic approach. I actually further my education, go to the National College of Exercise Professionals, where I go get my holistic nutrition license and my naturopathic physical training license, and I go get hired right away at LA Fitness as the GM of Pro Results and completely take over as the head fitness trainer, spreading the compassion of the water. And that was about a year ago, and now I'm a 6A, and I got business all over internationally around the world. It's a phenomenon, and it's all because of Kangen water.
I was introduced to Kangen water by Daniel DeMcCauley about a year and a half ago, and I was in real estate, so I wasn't really interested. And since then, real estate has turned around, and I've taken a look at the opportunity, and I took a look at the income seriously because I'm looking for other avenues of income. And it just so happened that the first 2 people I brought in are 2 nurses and a doctor. And I'm really excited about the product, excited about the opportunity, and I look forward to the future.
I was introduced to this business about a year ago by Bob Gridelli and then Vicky Dumag. At the time, I was a mortgage broker with an office in Nevada, California, and Denver, Colorado. I did not want to do this. On the second time, Bob insisted I drink the water. I tried the water. My blood pressure had been, for the last 30 years, usually 165 to 195 over 90. I tried the water, and in 1 week's time, my blood pressure went from 195 down to 149 over 80. The second week I tried it, went down about 131 over something like about 79. The 4th week, my blood pressure is down 120/69. I also suffer from diabetes, and that went away in a period of 2 weeks. Presently, I'm not taking any pills for high blood pressure, none for diabetes. I feel extremely well. But what I didn't know is the kind of income you could make in this business. So I've closed my office in Las Vegas, California, and also Denver, Colorado. This is a phenomenal product. It's healthy, it's wealthy, and I strongly advise you to get back to the person who told you about this program. Take a look at that. See how much you can gain both mentally, physically, and financially.
I am a Mary Kay Senior Sales Director, and my job is very demanding. I deal with people all day long, and I have been on the Kangen water now for 2 months, and my energy has literally gone through the roof. I am really excited because now I'm on 1A and moving fast in this business, so I invite you to come out, try the water, try the business, and your life will never be the same.
Hi, my name's Jerry Kostica, and they gave me the opportunity to talk a little bit about what's happened with me with this Kangen water. I got to tell you, it's pretty phenomenal. First, let me start by saying that as far as skeptics are concerned, I was one of the biggest skeptics that there was. It actually took me about 7 months from the time I learned about the Kangen water until I actually drank it. Then it was another 2 or 3 months of sampling before I decided to actually purchase my machine. I got to say that was a life-changing event. As a result of me buying the machine and drinking the water on an ongoing, consistent basis, I've lost almost 35 pounds. My blood pressure's gone from stage 2 hypertension to normal, and that's with no dietary changes, with no additional exercise, with pretty much no changes other than the water I was drinking. And I was a big water drinker from before, so it wasn't one of these situations where I drank a lot of soda or something and then I switched over. So that's what people want to say is making the change. I was a huge water drinker, and I just switched the type of water I was drinking, and as a result, I saw some tremendous results. And again, not only for myself, but also for my family. My wife has had weight loss and increased energy. Actually, my whole family has had pretty incredible weight loss, and we're all very, very pleased with this, and we decided to pursue this as a business because of how powerful the effects of the water were for us. And so as a result of that, we've experienced the freedom that this business can actually offer by simply sharing free water and encouraging people to live a little bit healthier lifestyle. So not only are we thriving financially, but we're also helping a lot of people to feel a whole lot better.
Hello, my name is Denise Cummings, and I'm really happy to share this information with you. This machine came to us not as a business, but I was in a lot of pain, had no more mobility, rotator cuff. I thought I'd have to have surgery on, but it was the water that changed everything. Pain is gone, my mobility is back, and we've used every aspect of the machine, the 2.5, the 5.5, everything. This machine turned out to be a bigger blessing than we ever anticipated.
Hi, my name is Amber, and I recently purchased the ST501 for my mother. I'm so happy now she doesn't have to get surgery for her arthritis, and I would give anything to see, my mom not crawling out of the bed, and that was my gift.
The water has helped me so much with my arthritis, my joint, my knee joints. I also do a ballroom dancing, and for a few months I could not dance anymore because I always had a pain in my knee. So I stopped dancing because of that. And then when I started drinking the water, suddenly I noticed that my energy was way high, and when I went back to dancing, and I work 10 hours a day, then go dancing after that until 11 midnight. So, and my knee doesn't bother me anymore. I have a lot of energy. Everything. Thank you. I'm very thankful to Kangen water.
I've been with Kangen right now for the last 5 weeks. I've enjoyed the product so well. The The effect that happened to me is like my knees had been all messed up for the last 20 years, and 6 weeks into the water, I can do my squats, I can climb stairs, I could dance like I'm 17 years old. It's really amazing. Vision, I had a vision problem. Like there's like a white film that covers my sight every once in a while, and it's a case of like an allergy that my eye doctor told me. But this is like 9 weeks into the water, and I'm not experiencing that anymore. I don't need to put my eye drops. I'm very excited about this, and so everybody should be with Kangen Water. I love you, Kangen Water.
I've been on the water for about almost 15 months. I was a diabetic for 6 years. I've been on the water, about 5 months when I noticed that my blood sugars were going down. I stopped taking the medication. I had really bad chronic back pains, and those were really severe, where I was taking cortisone shots. And finally drinking this water, it's gone away. And also I had spurs on my shoulder too, and those have gone away. And this is the greatest business to be into too. Thank you so much, and continue drinking that water.
If I can do it, you can do it. Try the water, try Kangen Water.
I'm in that third stage of my life. Actually, I'm probably in the last quarter of my life, and I do not want to end up taking medication. Right now, I have no arthritis, I have no gout, I have nothing. I am in perfect health. I want to tell you a few things about the water and then why I am so excited about it. Well, first of all, I'm excited about it because I have someone in my family. She's probably almost 60. She was just diagnosed with diabetes. I know that I can reverse this back to normal if I just get her to take the water. I have someone else. He is a senior triathlete, does the Ironman. That is a healthy man. He was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Now, I'm not saying that this could cure him, but I know that it's his choice as to whether he wants to try to stay alive. So I want to bring this water to him. I read several books on water. It took me a year to get into this business because I wanted to see how my friend was, whether she was succeeding at it. But during that time, I read several books on water. So I do feel like I know the science of water. Water has its absolutely own properties. So my one little testimony, because like I said, I just got into it myself. I was on a trip. I stayed up. I was dead tired when I came home. Now they say don't take the water before you go to bed because it gives you energy. Let me tell you, I love to sleep, love being asleep, and I was dead tired. But I was so excited to get home to my new Kangen machine. I just drank gallons of that because my body was so thirsty. When I went to bed, I did not get a good night's sleep because I was like more energized. So I've seen 2 immediate results. It's not regular water. When you can see a difference in yourself, you know that something's happening. I had to tell you what my 2 results were. One was I couldn't sleep when I was dead tired, so I don't drink it before I go to bed now. The other result is, frankly, you're supposed to have 2 to 4 bowel movements a day if you are really cleansing yourself. And I saw an immediate, I'm sorry to tell you this, but ease of bowel movement and frequency. And yet I drink a lot of regular water, but when I switch to this water, I am naturally cleansing myself more frequently every day.
I used to be an ex-liquor salesman, sold liquor for over 20 years, and then having so much fun now doing the water. After being retired, I got bored staying at home, so I decided, to help some people out and found out about this technology that is really, really helping a whole lot of people. My father-in-law got a heart attack, and I decided, gave him some water, and at 85, and now he's better at 87, and going to be 88 in another week, and they're doing so much better. And so this is my testimony. I'm now making more money when I was selling liquor and just having a great time and making people better, and people are saying thank you for helping them out.
So many things were happening. It was like I'd found my purpose, my new purpose in life. I had to go out and tell people about this Kangen water. And from there, I sold like, I referred like maybe 40 some odd people in the last 2.5 years. Like I said, since June of 06. And I don't know, maybe I have like 15, 20,000 customers, and most I don't even know. And we just got in from Italy. We married off one of our children. We went all throughout Italy for 3 weeks, come back to 187 checks, and I'll let you use your imagination on the abundance that's been coming at us. It has been a phenomenon. That's all I can tell you. It's been a phenomenon where ladies that couldn't sell candy to kids can go out and give water to people, and they come back saying, I feel good with this water. I got to have it. I got to have this machine. Folks, it is changing lives. It's helping people regain their health, true health, like our founder talks about, Mr. Oshiro. And at the same time, the abundance that will come in because of the kindness that you show your fellow man. And I'm telling you, beyond your wallet, I mean, what I make in a month is what I used to make in a year, sometimes 2 years. Okay? So God bless Mr. Oshiro. God bless Enagin. God bless you for watching, taking the time to hear my story. I appreciate it. My name is Eli Daffish, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Carol Jenny, and I just started on the water maybe about 3 weeks ago. And I noticed after about 10 days that my knee problem, which was pretty chronic, actually kind of crippling, started to get better. The pain started going away. And you have to understand that when your knee is not working, it really limits your life. So I would get up in the morning and hobble around like a little old lady, drive in my car, get out, be stumbling around. It limited my movement. It limited everything. And it's pretty distressing because you become kind of crippled. And so then you think, well, is this going to get better? How do I make it better? I was very proactive because the doctor didn't help me. They just want to medicate you or do surgery, which often makes it worse. So I actually did things like hired a myopathic masseuse, which is a sports medicine massage therapist, and I spent $4,000 on that in a year just to be functional. Didn't make me better, just to be functional. And then I flew to Scottsdale to a naturopathic doctor and got injections, which is a new leading edge sports medicine. And that helped me a little bit, but he said I had to fly back another 6 times and spend more money and more time. Luckily, I found the Kangen water before I flew back. So after 10 days, I'd say my knee is better 80 to 90%, and I'm functionable. I get up, I get out of bed. I know if I have to get on my knees and do something on the floor that I can get up. I know I can get out of my bed. I know I can get out of my car and walk. So it's given me mobility, which is priceless. And then recently, the next thing I noticed is 3 good bowel movements a day. That's another change. So I know it's cleaning everything out. And the latest change so far at about 3 weeks is that I had my skin on my eyelids was darker, it was discolored. And when I went to my acupuncturist, he said, it's not a health problem, but I don't know how you're going to get rid of it. Well, it's matching now. My skin color here and my skin color here is matching now, so I know that it's working down to a microcellular level. So I know this is just a journal, an adventure of healing, and I'm looking forward to what else it can do. I'm going to go back to my doctor in another month or so, and they said I have high cholesterol, high triglycerides, high blood sugar level, and I'm looking forward to those numbers being much lower. So thank you so much. Get on the water, find somebody that'll give it to you, and see for yourself.
Hi, I'm Neil Pinella. Delighted to be here. We have had such great opportunity for so many team members that I just want to share with you that this is a terrific opportunity for persons who are looking to supplement their income, either part-time, sometime, or full-time. I like to say this is a part-time position for me, working with us. It's 40 hours a week, so that's part-time for me. But it's been absolutely terrific. And last year, with earnings of about 6 figures, it's looking so much stronger even this year that I can't believe it. And the system works. The compensation plan is really well done. It's very well designed so that persons like me who are working well will be enticed and encouraged to share with persons who are just starting out. So it's very important for you to understand this is a team. It's actually like a family. And the person who you bring in, you're actually working for them. They're not working for you. And that makes it really a lot of fun. I just love helping people who have just started and created themselves in the business. And there they go, never having done anything with regard to sales before. They just know how to share water, share the opportunity, share the information, and they do extremely well. So thanks so much for allowing me to take this time to talk to you. Hope to see you in.
We all know this. We need to drink plenty of water.
But there's a certain kind of water some people swear is better for you. Is it really healing water? 7's Diana Diaz explains.
When South Beach restaurant manager Pablo Lucero got strict orders from his doctor to start drinking more water for his health, he couldn't do it.
He suggested to drink at least a gallon of water, so for me it was impossible.
So when the 41-year-old started hearing the buzz about what's called Kangen water, he decided to give it a guzzle.
The first thing that I noticed is that the water is really, really light. By the time I finished the first gallon, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Kangen water has been used in Japanese hospitals for years, and now the water systems are popping up at restaurants and homes all over South Florida.
Kangen water is water that is not only filtered. Filtering just takes out contaminants. It's water that goes through an additional process called ionization.
The water system is simply hooked up to your faucet.
Inside the machine, there are plates made out of medical-grade titanium, and the machine is plugged into the electricity, so there is a mild electrical charge running through those plates.
The machine takes tap water, filters out the harmful contaminants, and then splits it into alkaline and acid waters. The theory is our body's pH needs to be balanced.
Kangen water 8.5.
Little by little, the body's becoming too acidic. So this water helps to offset the acidity, to give your body the right kind of water that it needs, that's alkaline, has minerals in it, and in addition, the water is very antioxidant, which means it fights free radical damage.
Research trials are just beginning here in the U.S. on whether ionized water is any better than regular water, but Pablo says he saw the health benefits immediately.
In less than 48 hours, the migraines went away.
Most importantly, his high cholesterol dropped within 3 weeks, which stunned even his doctor.
My cholesterol dropped down from 228 to 221.
Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's actually going to be a little bit different. I am actually going to be talking about my Holy Grail product. And I'm hoping I can do this type of video more often, only because it's like, I do come across Holy Grail products that I'm just like, okay, I cannot get rid of this. I need to keep it. I need to use this product forever. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about You Are What You Eat. It's going to be something similar to that as well, because I do drink it and I do apply it onto my skin. I was introduced to this product by my boyfriend. He was actually the one who spoke to me about it and told me that I should try it and to give him my feedback and just exactly what it is that I thought about it. I don't know if some of you have ever heard of a company called Enagic. It is a water filtering company where they make water filters, basically ionize the water and also filter the water out. Changes the pH level in the water, making it more alkalized for the body, but also making the water acidic to where it can disinfect. But so basically what this is, it's basically just water. This is a 2.5 disinfecting acidic Kangen water, and this is a 6.0 beauty Kangen water. So basically the thing about these waters is there's just a difference within their pH levels, along with it is filtered water, so it doesn't contain any of those toxic like lead, chlorine, like it doesn't contain any of those things that you find normally with the water that you bathe with and the water that you drink. So what I do with these guys is whenever I feel like I'm gonna have a breakout, I will spray this on that specific area, let it dry, and then I will balance my skin out back to the 6.0 water. And so the reason why I like using this guy is because it actually has gotten rid of a lot of my body acne. Now, that's one thing where I haven't really spoken to you guys about, to tell you guys my history with body acne. I've actually always suffered from body acne. It's not severe, but it's bad enough to where you can actually see it if you're like talking to me. I don't get like those big ass pustules where it's like pus and all that stuff comes out. No, I don't get that type. I get more of the like the baby's rash type of body acne. And they're just like small, like super small, but they're red and noticeable. And the reason why I've always suffered from that is because I am allergic to any type of like body lotion that has fragrance. Perfume, I cannot spray that on my skin directly. And let me tell you, I love perfume. Whenever I come across a smell that I love, no matter what, I will always spray it on me, even though I know that chances are I might get a reaction to it. I have tried doing everything possible in my power to try to get. I have tried body wash that helps get rid of body acne. That doesn't work. I've even tried my acne medication face wash on my body, and it did work for a little bit, but then it never made it actually go away. It always still came back. Like, I can tell you, I've tried so many things. I've tried home remedies where I just apply it on my body to try to get it to clear up, and nothing. This 2.5 water has worked amazing on my body. Like, I have not had a reaction in such a long time that I am actually able to wear body lotions with fragrance. Not all of them, but some of them, which it makes me happy either way. So yeah, basically whenever I'm gonna break out, I will spray this either on my face, on my body. I've actually come into the routine where it's like I just spray this on myself every single day after I shower. Now with the beauty water, I spray this on my face probably 2 or 3 times a day, especially on the days when I'm not wearing any makeup. I don't spray this on my face when I'm wearing makeup. One, because I don't want to spray it on top of my face so then my pores can absorb and suck in the makeup along with this water. Like, it's not a good mixture for my skin. So usually what I tend to do is I spray the beauty water before I apply my makeup and after I have washed it off completely at night. Now what this does, it's like basically just giving a cup of water to your skin. Like, whenever I get out of the shower, because I love to bathe with really hot water, I know that by the time that I go to spray this all over my body, including my face, as weird as it sounds, it feels like my skin has been moisturized. I love it when it looks super glowy and just, it looks amazing, especially in the summertime, because I am always out in the sun and I tend to get darker. When I get sunburn, I just spray the 2.5 water and the 6.0, and that sunburn goes away immediately. This water is basically just miracle water, guys. When my boyfriend tried convincing me to try it, I was very skeptical about it because I work in the beauty industry, so it's like I'm always out in the look for new products, and I personally would have never thought of the water that I'm drinking, the water that I'm putting on my skin. Like, I would have never thought of that because I'm so used to like body butters, body wash that contain all these chemicals, face wash that again contain all these chemicals. Throughout all the years, I got trained to think that every product out there has to have chemical in order for it to do you good, when in reality it doesn't always do you good. So it's like, it's definitely one of those things where coming across the beauty water and the disinfecting water, it really opened up my eyes, in which I was able to see everything a whole lot much clearer. I was able to understand the true aspect of what it takes to have really good looking skin. If you are someone out there who suffers from body acne, who suffers from face acne, let me know and I will try to get you these 2 guys. Especially if you live in the Oregon area. If you live in a different state, please let me know. I'm sure I can find someone close to you who has a machine. Or if you want to know more of Kangen water, please let me know. I want to help educate everyone out there who is suffering from face acne and they don't know what is going on, or they're suffering from like eczema, because let me tell you, eczema, psoriasis, all those skin diseases, This stuff can help you out so much. Like, it is insane how much it can actually help you out. Like, I've seen a lot of befores and afters, and I am just super fucking mind blown because I'm like, how is it that this water is just so amazing for people, and it's like, and so many people are so blind to it and don't know about it. It's like, do you know how much money you can save on medication? Or like, how much stress would be lifted off your shoulders knowing that it's like, I can wear shorts, I can wear a tank top now because I don't have to worry about people seeing my eczema or my psoriasis or my body acne or anything like that. Or I can actually get up from bed this morning with a lot of energy because I've been drinking this Kangen water. I would never talk or share a product that I have tried myself and I'm like, holy shit, this product is so fucking amazing. I need to get the word out there and I need to let people know. If you want to know more about this, I will provide an email down below where it's going to be specifically for these guys. If you want to know more about it, please let me know and I will literally try to do everything in my power to try to get you to try it firsthand, because me just talking about it isn't doing much unless you are actually trying it. These two are definitely my holy grails for the month of July, August, September, and just every month to come ahead, because I will never stop using this product.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Good.
My name is Sun. Okay, and I came from Canada. And today I'm very glad to meet you here. And I heard some friend told me that you've been a lot of good story that would like to share with some friend. And this is a good opportunity for me. And I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay. And what is your name?
My name is Susie Brock.
Okay. You coming from?
I'm coming from Bakersfield, California.
Oh, okay. Very nice to meet you here. So the question I'm asking, I heard somebody say that you've been using a lot of different vitamin from different brand and everything. Seems that you have a long history about it, diabetes, and you've been using long time, but it looks like it doesn't help you much. can you share with me about when you're using the Kangen water? Is what happened to you at this time?
Well, I've been diabetic for 12 years, and you're right about using a lot of different supplements. Got a little bit of results, but I had a friend that introduced me to the Kangen water. I bought the machine in April. From April to June, my sugar levels have dropped. It's been a long time that my sugar level has dropped to be average, which is like 120 or 90, you know. My average was 170.
Oh, okay.
Every morning.
Yeah. Since you have a long-term, about diabetes, I believe that it's suffering in your body and it makes you uncomfortable for a certain time. So I believe that you're using all different kind of vitamin. What you think you should share with somebody who have the same problem with you? Because when I talk to somebody, people don't believe that. And I believe that you have been using this, and I believe that what you recommend is somebody who has the same sickness with you.
Well, I really recommend to try it because that's what I was willing to do. I'm willing to try anything to help my diabetes because I was tired of taking injections and shots. So I was willing to try the water, and I have a friend that was very persistent, and so I said, okay, I will try it. It's not gonna hurt. So I tried it, and I got fast results.
Oh, okay. Now, since you first started using it, and how long it take you to feeling different? How many days?
I started to feel better that same day.
The same day?
The day that I started to drink the water.
So
yes.
now you've been using for a little while, and what the result after that? You getting better every time,
Yes.
and you no longer using vitamin, or what happened right now?
Well, I had lab results done a few weeks ago, and that was my surprise because my A1C was 11 and it had dropped to 7. It has never dropped to 7 in many years. So I drink more water now.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So right now here, thank you very much for your shared little short video like this. And I'm sure that today I'm going to share with this one with somebody who in the same problem or some other problem that people have. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm hoping that you share this story with some other friend. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is an awesome day. We actually have two very special guests, Evelyn and Manny. They actually drove all the way from Dayton, Ohio, right? All the way up here to Cleveland, Ohio to really come meet with us and tell us their story about why they got Kangen, why they got involved, why did they purchase the machine for their health, and not only their health, but their family's health. So just wanted to share it with you guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Let's get started with your name and where you're from.
Evelyn, I am from Dayton, Ohio.
Manny, same place.
Awesome, awesome. So, okay, so Dayton, Ohio, what's like your backstory? Who are you? Who's Evelyn? Who's Manny? Like, what are you guys all about?
I was just like a out of college girl working 9-to-5 jobs, recovering from 2 car accidents, and my body was hurting because of the extensive hours and stress. Long story short, my boyfriend kept telling me, you gotta try this water, someone talked to me about it, and you have to like give it a try. And I was skeptical until I finally did. And it alleviated so much of my muscle pain. And I was still like stubborn. I was like, it can't be this water, it's just any water. And I kept switching back and forth to tap bottle, and I didn't get the same results. So I kept going back and forth, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm getting my machine. So.
And you said it helped with
Energy?
Yeah, your energy.
Yes, I remember that I was drinking a gallon a day, and all of a sudden I felt really energized and lighter, and I was like break dancing and stuff. I was really happy, and my energy went up, so I was really amazed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been drinking for how long?
How long is it?
I'll say a year and 8 months.
Year and 8 months. Nice. So a long time user is awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, very cool. And Manny, with you? So.
Well, after doing a lot of extensive research on health, I got into the water. First thing I noticed, I was getting too wired, so I was having a hard time sleeping. So that was one first clue. It was helping her issues. So I was pretty much convinced to do the water much more. Then my mom came up for like a week, and I got her drinking the water. Then she told me that her acid reflux was gone. Then her pains in her legs were gone. But then my extra bonus, because she was sleeping next door, her snoring was gone.
Oh,
and
that's always good.
It was. So continuing on the water, got the machine, and I had a pain in my foot. That was gone. And I've been using the water for my workouts. My soreness, gone. And also from today's message from my mom, when she first got her machine, she was drinking, she was at 350. Within 2 months of drinking the water, she was down to 130. And then she went to Germany, came back, started looking at her numbers again. She's down to 82.
And that's with her diabetes?
In terms of
Diabetes is anything above 100. So she's down to 82. I think her diabetes is gone.
Wow.
So I'm ecstatic. So
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. So with that, I mean, I can only ask, what are your guys' thoughts on the business? It's got to inspire some kind of passion, right?
Everybody needs to know about Kangen water. I'll keep on sharing as much as I can with people. I'll keep insisting on people. I used to be so shy on approaching people because of what they're gonna say or work politics. I'm not allowed to promote another business. But when I hear about someone who I care for died because I wasn't able to share the water, it encouraged me to do it no matter what. So all my friends and family out there, I'm gonna be behind your butt sharing the water. Okay, so it's just gonna help you to save your life.
Absolutely.
Well, for me, the business is very awesome, and it can actually, when you put the right time into it, it can has the possibility of getting you debt free. And for me, that's a huge thing because I work, and since this economy has been going the way it's been going, actually over the years I've been getting pay cuts. So now I finally have a job that I do like, but I'm also not getting paid the same. So this is going to help me out, but also at the same time, it goes along the lines of what I really want in the sense of health. And I get to help a lot of people because all the stuff I researched on, there's too many people that's diabetic, too many people that have cancer, too many people with arthritis, and all these sleeping issues. This, I feel, is an answer.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
So there you have it, guys. Amazing testimonial from truly amazing people. And these are just some of the many that are out there. It's helped me with my chronic migraines. It's helped my grandparents with their diabetes. My whole family has it. And, acid reflux, everything like that. And it's helped Tyler Gillis and Ryan. They're always using it with their fitness and everything like that. And it's truly incredible what this has done for so many families. And that's why one of the big reasons why we're so passionate about this. So I hope you guys took something away from this, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Very good.
Good,
Very
good. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with the water for you before and after, and maybe you can just tell me your first name.
Where to start? I'm Kristen.
I'm Carrie.
And we've been married just over a year now, but we've been together for the last 5 years. And the last month has really changed, I think, our relationship in the sense of getting out of the house and actually doing things together as a couple without having to worry about where the washroom is.
Cool.
So I have Crohn's disease. I've been suffering with that for the last 15 plus years.
Wow.
And I've tried everything from all the different drugs. Nothing ever really seemed to work for me.
Wow.
And started taking this water on advice of my wife that had found out about it at the women's show about a month and a half ago.
Wow, very cool.
Was very skeptical at first, thinking about water. How can
So
water?
what did he say? Like, are you nuts?
I said to him, I'm like, I signed us up to get free water for a month. And he went, nothing's free. And I said, well, hang on. I'm like, he's going to bring this water. Apparently it cures all sorts of things. And I asked about Crohn's disease and was told that, yes, it could absolutely help with Crohn's disease. And he was very skeptical, and until the phone call came in to actually start getting the water.
And so what happened then? Some crazy guy came over?
Luke came over and explained all the process of the water and how it works and what it does to help, not heal you, but help right everything, get everything proper with your body. So I started drinking the water. I started drinking a lot of it, trying to flush my body and cleanse myself. And then from there, I cut down a little bit. But I've noted myself that, you know, I have constant pain with my Crohn's disease, bloating, gas, you know, just utter discomfort. And within about 2 weeks, I've gone from that discomfort to just having a normal life. You know, the pain's gone, the bowel movements have basically stopped. They've gone to a normal level.
Wow.
And I can live my life again. So
wow, that's so cool,
it's
man.
as simple as drinking water.
And so what machine did you finally end up getting?
We ended up purchasing the SD501 Platinum.
Oh, look at that! That one right down there.
It goes nicely with all of our stainless
It
steel
does.
appliances.
It does.
It fits with the kitchen, so we wanted something that would look a little bit more posh than having just a sort of a real medical looking thing in the kitchen. And
cool.
We just got it hooked up, and we're excited to have fresh water every day that will hopefully continue to improve both of our qualities of life, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, really show people exactly what water
can do. A big change in our life, that's for sure.
And we're hoping that it'll help other people in our family as well, and hopefully others, you know, that we know, friends and acquaintances. So we're very thankful to Lou and to him coming every week and dropping off water and being patient and talking with Carrie about how this works. And I wouldn't believe it unless I have seen the benefits.
Neither would I.
Nothing has changed. His diet hasn't changed. He hasn't started taking anything differently in a sense of like there's no medication. It's literally just been the water, and I still don't believe it. Like people are gonna think that I've been paid to say this,
I know.
but I wouldn't believe it unless I was living with the proof that water can really make a difference, and so
thanks.
It's awesome. It's amazing.
All right.
So thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Take care.
My name is Karen Gonzalez, and I want to tell you about my experience with Canyon Water. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was 12. Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disorder that affects the small intestine mainly. It swells up the cells of the walls of the intestine and eventually leads to ulcers and potentially lots of other issues that come along with that. This past year, I was in the hospital several times, about 4 times, and ultimately led to a surgery. After leaving the hospital, I was told that I would spend about 4 months in recovery. It would turn out to be a lot longer than that. I did not feel better until I started Canyon Water. Canyon Water has been really helpful. I can tell the difference as soon as I drink it. My symptoms are better. I was using the restroom, going to the restroom and having diarrhea probably about 7 to 10 times, probably more than that throughout the day, and just alone maybe 5 or 7 times at night. And Canyon Water really helped that. The first night that I tried Canyon Water, I remember that I slept the entire night and I didn't have to get up at all, which I was really happy about. So I can definitely attest personally that Canyon Water has been helpful and it has improved my health. I haven't been drinking it for that long. I've only been drinking it for a couple of months, and it hasn't been steady since I've been getting the water from a friend, and she was kind enough to share it with me. So I can recommend Canyon Water, and I know that when I am not drinking it, my symptoms return, and when I start drinking it again, my symptoms fade away and eventually go away, especially when I drink the fresh water. It was such a great improvement in my health that we decided to get the machine, so it's here, and I think that it's a great investment in my health, so I plan to continue drinking Canyon Water for as long as I am able to.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 8 years ago, and I decided to be very proactive about my health, and my decision was to do an injectable medication each day. And about 5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to try to change my diet to be more alkaline and perhaps get off the medication. And I did a lot of pretty difficult things to make it more alkaline. I drank a special green drink. I would soak almonds and then grind them and soak them and strain them and eat tons of avocados. And when I found out about this water generator, I really was very attuned to it because of this acidity, alkalinity, which I knew was so very important. And I actually haven't had another relapse in my MS for 5 years since I started doing this. So I started drinking the water, and I noticed huge changes in my mood, in my energy level, in my elimination, and really in my clarity of thinking. It's been a tremendous benefit to my life. I mean, I think that one thing that happens when people have MS is that they have a host of other problems that occur. They feel depressed. They have trouble really having clear thoughts sometimes. And this has just made a ton of difference. So I'm so incredibly thankful, and I hope that I get to share it with lots of people.
With MS, you know, it affects everybody in different ways. And one of the issues I have is called brain fog. It's where you don't have much clarity with your thinking, or it seems that it's difficult to, you know, to focus on certain points. But since I've been drinking this water, I've noticed that my brain fog has become a lot better. You know, it's lifted somewhat. So I've got far clearer thinking. Another prominent point for me is before I would have to go to bed at 9 o'clock, whereas I now stay up till 11 o'clock quite happily, and because of that I get a much deeper sleep through the night, and then, you know, I just wake up at the usual time feeling a lot fresher. Those are the two main points for me.
Yeah.
Another issue with multiple sclerosis is your waterworks can be quite confused. Whereas this seems to have settled them down somewhat. You know, it just makes it a lot easier to go whenever you have to. But that is the main points for me. Just my all-round energy as well has been a lot better. But I put all that down to everything, you know, the fact that I'm getting a better night's sleep, deeper sleep, you know, makes me think better, you know, it gives me better energy through the day.
It's all tied together.
Oh, absolutely. And that, you know, they are the main things just right now that jump out to me. You know.
Could you say a bit about the importance of hydration? I know you're ex-military, Paul, and certainly through your military training that was emphasised in that training, the importance of being hydrated. And I know that you know a lot about water.
The importance of it.
If you could say a bit about that.
Hydration is very important. It's your body, just with modern day living, gets clogged up with chemicals, and you know, that it's like a car. If you don't change the oil, or you put in bad petrol, it doesn't run very well. Whereas if you keep yourself and your body hydrated, then everything works so much better. You become diluted, if you like. You know, being hydrated avoids you being personally smelly, for example, and you know, just makes the body function far better in every way. You know, it's like sweating's a good thing, and being hydrated, you know, you sweat far better. And we're not talking about smelly sweat, we're talking about your body functioning properly the way that it's supposed to. I mean, it's vital, it really is. But probably the main thing with hydration, I would say, and particularly for me, is the fact that if you're hydrated, your body is flushing itself out of a lot of the crap that's in it. You know, if that makes sense.
And before you experienced the Kangen water, you drank a lot of ordinary tap water. What difference have you found with just the general taste and you know, the experience of drinking it?
I think over a lifetime of drinking tap water, you know, just second nature, and the amount that I did drink, or the amount that I still do drink, not from the tap, it just becomes part of life. You don't appreciate, you know, the taste, and then whenever you change over, to drinking, well, for me
Good water.
personally, the Kangen water, you know, to then go back to drinking tap water, it's just immediate. You know, it's, you can smell it before you put it to your lips. I know this firsthand because in my house, my parents don't touch the Kangen water unless I give them permission to. And
it's gold dust. Yeah.
Whereas mum and dad also drink a lot of water, but if they have their water and my Kangen water in the same type glasses but next to one another, I'll come along and accidentally pick up the wrong glass, and when I put it to my mouth,
you know instantly.
It's immediately.
Yeah.
You know, it's immediate.
The difference in
the
taste,
sense, the smell, you know, everything. Yeah, it's just very apparent.
Yeah.
And very important.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been drinking the Kangen water now for probably 3-4 weeks. It's got to be about 4 weeks. Yeah. And it's obviously, it sounds like it's beginning to make a massive difference in your life.
To be honest, Thomas, and this isn't a word of a lie. I mean, I'll just tell you how it is. I turned up here to get some water from you. I hadn't tried it yet. A morning following a night of drink, and I actually had a sore back in my kidneys, and I took 2 glasses of Kangen water. Immediately had to go to the toilet. Went to the toilet, and the discomfort in my kidneys
was gone.
Was gone. Yeah, just flushed out whatever it was that was in my kidneys, making it painful and uncomfortable. So, you know,
but this is different.
I don't write anything off until I've tried it. But this is different, and it's
tangible. You can feel tangible benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm very realistic to my situation, my body, how it feels, and also the product. And how it actually affects everybody's body, not just mine. But, you know, I'm certainly a good case study and honest about it as well.
Excellent. Okay, thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate that.
This Kangen water was introduced to me by my wife, who was suffering some back problems of her own. And what prompted me to try this water was the fact that over the past year or so, I've been having difficulty with my hands stiffening up. It was a form of spasm or carpal tunnel syndrome. With the Kangen water, after 2 weeks drinking this particular water, I started experiencing a tremendous amount of relief in both of my hands with loss of stiffness, especially in the morning. It certainly did help alleviate the discomfort and stiffness that I was experiencing in both of my hands, which I really, really needed in order to do the procedures that I do on a work basis, daily work basis. So the Kangen water has certainly done a remarkable thing as far as I'm concerned to my own personally, and I'm truly a believer in this water.
I was introduced to the Kangen water. I suffer from problems with my knee. The joint area gets extremely painful, and I also have compressed discs in my lower back that have caused severe pain. I drank the water for a couple weeks and noticed that my knee was not in pain anymore. There was no popping, and also it has somewhat relieved the pain in my lower back. I can stand longer, sit longer, and it's done wonders to be able to drink something as simple as water and feel this relief. Has been great.
I was diagnosed with microcalcifications in my left breast in one of my routine mammogram in 2003, and was told to repeat the mammogram through digital magnification to confirm the diagnosis. And yes, indeed, it was microcalcifications. I have like 2 or 3 on my left breast, and I have to repeat mammogram every 6 months. 2 diagnostic mammogram and 1 routine mammogram. That makes it 3 in a year. And I was introduced in 2006 of November on Kangen water, and I tried that for 2 months and a half, and I canceled my mammogram that was supposed to be scheduled 2 weeks after I had the Kangen water. I rescheduled it again. I canceled it and rescheduled it for the following month to give Kangen water time to work on my body. And this was in November of 2006, and January of 2007 I had finally went through with my mammogram, and the result came back normal. So after 3 years of abnormal mammogram with microcalcification in my left breast, it came back normal on January of 2007. I was thinking that maybe Kangen would help me, and so I did try, and I was convinced that Kangen water really helped me with my microcalcifications, and I don't know how to explain that, but it just happened. It did. That's the changes that I experienced with Kangen, and I think you should try it.
I'm so excited to be introduced to this Kangen water. I believe this is one of the greatest gifts that was given to me. It's truly a gift from God. And this Kangen water was introduced to me by a friend who was diagnosed with cancer. And I was so excited to see the changes in her life. I've been suffering for 9 years of stress eczema on my thumb, which usually occurred during my menstrual period every month. But since I was introduced on this Kangen and I was taking for 3 weeks, I was so amazed that I did not have my regular stress eczema. Usually I develop abscess on my thumb. It is very, very painful. Usually it's hard for me to do my normal chores. But on that week that I had my menstrual period and I took three weeks of Kangen water, I did not experience that painful experience on my thumb. And also with my mother, who's been suffering from diabetes, hypertension, and enlargement of the heart. Like January, she even wrote me a letter that she said that she's dying. So she's telling me that she's going to die, and she's asking forgiveness for what she missed in her life. But when I sent the machine to her, she started drinking water, and now her life is back. She's back to serving people again. She always goes to church, and when she called me, she's crying because this is the greatest gift that I have given to her. I said to her, it's a gift from God that you have to share also. I'm so excited that we are sharing it to other people, because we can keep to ourselves the gift from God, so we have to share it to you. I have a 2-year-old daughter. She is still in for regular baby formula, because every time I try to switch her to a regular milk, whole vitamin D milk, she always gets constipation. And when you see her crying, turning red because of pain, going to the bathroom, as a mother, it's so painful to see your daughter to do that. So we just skip her on regular baby formula. When I introduce her to this Kangen water, it changes everything. Now she can ask you, Kangen water, mommy, and she doesn't have any more constipation. Every day, regularly, she goes to the bathroom without any pain episode. And also to my grandmother, last January, she was given only 2 weeks to live because her heart was so weak already. She has to be on oxygen for 3 months. She has been oxygen dependent. But last week, when I called in the Philippines, that my grandmother is doing so well now. She doesn't need any more the oxygen. So I just grateful for this Kangen water. And it's truly a worth investment for my health, for my family's health, and for my friends' health.
As a young mother of two, in 2006, May of 2006, I was heartbroken, and my family also, hearing the news that I had breast cancer. In 2006, I had surgery. I went through chemotherapy. Chemotherapy makes you really sick. And you know, sometimes you feel like you're really, you know, no hope. I think after 2 weeks of chemotherapy, in October, I was introduced by Dr. Nadia with this water, my family and I. They were talking about this water, that it would help, and that it has helped a lot of people who was undergoing problems, like different problems, that it might help me. When I start taking this Kangen water, it helps me tremendously. The tiredness, the fatigue, the aches on my muscles was diminished. I can smell, after chemotherapy, I can smell my output, my urine output, that it's really, really strong. And you can really, it's hard for you to smell it because it smells like hospital. The medicine is that strong. But when I start drinking Kangen water, the smell, you can really tell that the color of your urine changes, and the smell, you cannot really smell it anymore, the smell of the medicine. I started to be feeling much, much better every day just drinking through this Kangen water.
I see hope when I start seeing my wife feeling better and happier. This is truly a great investment for my family, since health is so important.
Give her a kiss. Sa cheek lang. Yeah. Oh, did you hear me?
My name is Father Dacian Bluma. I am now 85, will be 85 years old this year. And I look at my life as being a real blessing. Now, at this stage in my life, I realize how God has been good to me and what a wonderful gift it has been. All the people I've met, all the things I've done, the places I've gone to. After my ordination, I went to Rome for my graduate studies and learned a great deal about the church, and it really brought me a great love and trust in the church. And then after that, I came back, and I was doing all kinds of work teaching in the seminary, and then I was administrator or provincial for our province for 6 years. And then after that, I was formation director of our young people. And after that, I went to Africa for 6 years and did some missionary work there. And came back and continued to work. So I really led a full life, and I feel very happy with it, grateful to God. Well, as it turns out, in the last 3 years, my health has been weakened somewhat. And about a year and a half ago, in October of 2005, I was diagnosed with cancer, colon cancer. And I had surgery. And all the cancer was removed, the surgeon said. But of course, there was some in the lymph nodes. And so he said, you know, unless you take some aggressive therapy, you're likely to have it return. I refused the therapy, knowing my age and knowing that I didn't want to become sick before I was sick. I wanted to have the chance really to continue what I was doing. And so at the present time, I'm a chaplain here of the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi of Perpetual Adoration. So I had the cancer removed, but now, just March 26th, I received the results of a CAT scan. Tells me that cancer has returned, at this time, both in the stomach area and in the liver. And so that is what I'm dealing with now. I see a very marked difference in my ability to move around. I get tired very quickly. As much as I loved to celebrate Mass, I can no longer do that. I can't celebrate, but at any rate, I met Kathy, and I met some wonderful people, and her husband, and some wonderful people, and they introduced me to this wonderful water that I've been, Kangen water. I'm saying it is a purified water that has been specially prepared, and it is shown, in fact, that over the years it has had a tremendous effect on people. I want to be one of those, to stand up or sit down and tell you that I really want to speak in favor of that water, and to say let's do everything we can not to add more chemicals to our healing process, but reducing ourselves to the simplicity of healthy, fundamental, and basic things in our life, like water. I'd like to encourage those who are looking for opportunities for not only healing but for hope. Please consider the possibility of this Kangen water. Some of the medication that helps me with regard to pain has side effects that cause constipation. And this had been a really worrisome thing for me. And I was wondering how I can get out of that vicious circle. I want some help, but in the meantime, I'm adding more problems. And so this water was a great help to me because it relieved and helped relieve me from that constipation and that sense of being bound up. And I felt that the water not only washed me clean, but as it does on the outside, but rather on the inside and in my own intestines and my own constipation. So I'm grateful for that, and I want to speak in favor of that as well.
Hello, my name's Joseph Yeager, and this is my wife, Lizelle. I'm a United States postal worker. I was diagnosed 7 years ago with heart disease and peripheral arterial disease. And 2 months ago, we bought the Kangen water machine. I had trouble with my legs. The fluids would retain in my legs, and I had to wear braces. After 1 month of the Kangen water, I no longer wear the braces, and my legs no longer fill with fluid. My wife, who suffers from migraine headaches.
If I have a monthly period. So when I start drinking for that, I did not feel migraine headache already. So thanks the Lord for that.
So now our whole family drinks Kangen water, including our friends. They come over for water.
Yeah.